Hi everybody, welcome to the brand new podcast we have here on Hardest Reset, the HR Office, the reboot of the now former podcast, The Snazzy Cast, this time with actual people in person. It's going to be really cool. So, as always, I'm your host Greg. I'm joined here by May. Say hello.
Hello.
And I'm joined here by Mira. Say hello. Oh, dude, that is such a fucking throwback. I don't remember. When did we end the podcast?
I don't remember.
It was a while ago, if I remember correctly, we ended the podcast. But okay, so before we get into all of our topics and stuff like that, how weird is it that we're doing this in person? Does it feel weird at all?
No.
Does it feel weird that we're like in person and people can watch us sit there?
We've done a podcast in person before.
That is true. That is very true. But now we're going to be doing it every other Sunday, so it's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, nothing will be as weird as when we did the very first Snazzy Cast, where I was sitting in a garage and dying, and you were like, I don't know how to does podcast good. And we did that with Kari, right? If I remember correctly?
I don't remember.
I want to say we did.
It's been a long time.
It was 2015, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, we are here. We are queer. I brought the beer. And we are here to discuss a bunch of different things. We got some topics right over here. That is not my topics, but that is okay. So we got some topics right now. So let's get right into what was deemed the, I don't know, what was the stupid tag that they used for it? Robit saying he notices a lack of doggos. That is something he said to.
Wait. We have one doggo.
We do have. Oh yeah.
He's just trapped by
get dog meat.
I'm trying.
Get dog meat.
I'm trying. There.
There you go, get dog meat. And then we got another doggo. It's a plush doggo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have two doggos.
We have the good boys right here. Absolutely.
I feel like
the good boys that are the guests.
I have to stay peering over.
There you go. A bunch of doggos. It's not a million doggos, but it is a bunch of doggos at least. I'll leave that. I'll leave him there. A little huge here.
Oh.
Alrighty. You said you would buy all the doggos. Listen, I don't have. Listen, there was no.
Wait, you did say that?
So here's the joke. So Robin and I will shoot back and forth on a bunch of things, and I was telling him that the streams were being delayed, like what they said outside. That the streams are being delayed because work's been fucking brutal this week, right? And he was like, sue him. I'm like, all right, you got it. He goes, and then like a few hours later he went, so how did it go? And I was like, well, I mean, got a sweet deal. He goes, sweet, buy hookers. And then he goes, I think a few days later, I was like, yeah, stream's not going to happen on Saturday either because of work going even crazier. And he goes, double sue him. And then he goes, if you win, buy 1 million doggos. In fact, forget the hookers, buy the doggos. So I told him they're the doggos.
But did you win?
Nobody needs to know the answer to that.
Well, I mean, if we don't have all the doggos, I think that probably is the answer.
Well, okay, let me be honest. I blew it on cocaine. I did win. I blew it on cocaine instead.
God damn it.
Oh, man. So speaking of things that blow, let's talk about that KSI versus Logan Paul fight for a little bit. I see May just visibly cringe when I said the spawn of YouTube's Satan and the spawn of YouTube's asshole Logan Paul. I think to further establish it, May, what are your lovely opinions on Logan Paul? And don't feel like you have to hold back.
I just don't think he's a good person.
He's not?
He's just not a good person. That's, to sum it up, I don't, that's all I can really say.
He just angers you on a deep level.
He's not a good person. I've never thought he was a good person ever since I found out about him.
Well, let's say you found out about him because of the whole Suicide Forest thing, right?
Well, I think I found out about him because you talked to me about him. I don't remember how I found out about him.
See, I started going down the Paul brothers rabbit hole after I started getting into H3H3. And then I was watching the videos they were doing on Jake Paul. And then anytime Phil DeFranco would talk about, oh, Jake Paul doxed Post Malone. And you're just like, man, what? I'm like, what a fucking, like, I have never gone to any of their channels and watched any of their videos. Everything that I've watched related to Logan and Jake Paul have been like from other channels. Like when H3 covered him, there's a YouTuber by the name of Salt that's gone on massive vitriolic rants about how the Paul brothers are sick, disgusting people. And we shouldn't even be calling them people. They're sick, disgusting freaks in nature. Which, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree at this table about it. But when I heard that he was going to be fighting KSI, I don't like either one of them. KSI has his own issues. He's been out. He was outed in 2012 for sexually harassing women at an event he was at. And he has said and done some really bad shit too. But the thing is he's not making headlines because he's not going to Japan and disgracing the culture and then filming a dead corpse and putting the corpse in the fucking thumbnail. Mm-hmm. And the only credit I could give KSI now is it seems like he's grown into a better person in recent times because he kind of is really pushing this whole, I don't know, he was just like trying to be better. But then you see the fucking weigh-in shit that he did, so you're just like, yeah, no, he's a douchebag, but the dude knows how to fight. And that was apparent in the Logan Paul KSI fight. So, babe, you and I had to find, I mean, I'm just going to come out the gate, I did not pay for the event. We found a means to watch the events because I didn't want to throw actual money at it. You would have chastised me if I ever threw money at it. When you could just, Twitch exists. And, which, by the way, the stream I was watching went down right when they were about to announce who won. And then I jumped onto another stream when they announced it. I was like, oh, shit. That's pretty wild. So, Greg's in trouble is what Robit said. He also said before that, God damn it, Greg. I said screw the blow. Well, I mean.
He did tell you.
That is very true. But yeah, so we were laughing immediately at the cringe fest at the fact that Maverick Media was a fucking sponsor of the fight. You literally looked at me, babe, and you went, "Are you fucking kidding me right now, Maverick Media?" And I'm like, motherfucker. And then so the undercard was the brothers, Deji and Jake Paul. And Jake Paul ended up winning because Deji's team threw in the towel. And Jake Paul had probably the classiest of after-fight interviews where he decided to shill his merch for about 5 minutes.
Didn't he say something of like, there's only 500 shirts?
Yeah, he straight up said, yo, this is a limited run, 500 shirts, go buy that shit. I'm launching a new clothing line. And then at the end, he goes, no, come back here. They already finished talking to Deji. And Deji, I would say, he was like, I want to prove myself. I do want a rematch, but I do want to keep fighting. I learned a lot from this match. He was very responsible. He's like, I learned a lot. This was a great fight. Thank you, Jake, for a good fight. I want to keep going. I want that rematch, but I also want to prove myself in the ring and prove that I can be a capable fighter, which most people in boxing, whenever they lose, if they generally have a good attitude, they'll say something along those lines. So, very respectful. I can give him that credit. But then Jake Paul comes back. He's all, yo, no. I'm going to call someone out. And he looks straight at the fucking camera and goes, Chris Brown, you said you were going to fucking fight Soulja Boy ages ago, and that didn't happen. Well, come fight someone your own fucking size. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? I literally went, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
There was also a thing that he was saying before Deji was talking. He was basically just like, I hope Deji learned his lesson. He
talked shit about me and my family. I hope Deji learned his lesson. And Deji just comes out saying, it was a good fight. He was the better fighter. I can get better. And I'm just like, clearly we see who has the respect there, It's like, it's like, for example, if at the end of the Deku Todoroki fight, Todoroki went total dude bro and plugged his fucking Icy Hot merch. And then called out Bakugo being like, I'll see you in the final. It was like, that's not how you fucking do it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm fucking sorry, dude. That's not how you fucking do it. Or that's like when, Bakugo wins his fights in the fucking sports festival. If he straight up says, like yelling in a microphone, I'm coming for you, All Might! I'll kick your ass! But it's like, I mean, he'll do that anyway. But he doesn't grab a microphone and make a point to do that. He just yells regardless. Also, Bakugo is a fictional character that has a little bit of redeeming qualities, and Jake Paul proved to me yesterday any slim hope that he might have been able to learn from his brother's lessons are never going to happen, and he's just a fucking piece of shit. So, there was that. And then there was the KSI Logan Paul fight. And obviously, I'm happy KSI won people were saying that the match was rigged and stuff like that. But the big thing I want to talk about, because you guys were out doing errands, and I watched the fight, and what I'm going to tell you is I know why KSI won that fight. Logan Paul wasted a lot of his energy in the first 2 rounds. And honestly, after the first 2 rounds, I was nervous. Because I was like, Logan is just destroying KSI. But the thing that everyone was saying during the first 2 rounds was KSI, he wasn't faltering, he wasn't showing frustration. In fact, he was still, like, being all sadistic and shit, and, like, you know, he came out in the full fucking black skull mask, KSI did, and he didn't take it off until his name was called when they did the announcements and stuff like that. But what KSI has fought before. He's fought 2 other YouTubers. He's also done fighting in the past, from what I remember. That could be wrong, that's just what I've heard through the grapevine. And he knew how to pace himself. He didn't let... He basically, what he did is he wore down Logan Paul to where at the end of the fight, you know, Logan's kind of sluggishly swinging. KSI still had a fuckload of energy. He was killing it, dude. He knew how to pace himself. He knew how to... Logan Paul didn't understand how to last 6 rounds in a ring. KSI did, and that's why KSI won. And I know people are going to sit there and say, well, you're just saying it because you wanted Logan Paul to lose. No, I wanted Logan Paul to lose, but I do have to say, those first 2 rounds, Logan Paul was all over KSI. And he landed some pretty good... There was actually a punch Logan landed on KSI right in his jaw that shook him, and he got KSI in the fucking corner and started wailing on him a little bit, and people were like, this is bad. But... the thing is, you know, he wasted all that energy, and then come, you know, round 4, KSI had Logan Paul swaying. If KSI landed one more good punch to the jaw, he would have knocked out Logan Paul, basically. Like, he was swaying that bad. And to equate it in terms that, you know, fellow nerds know, and because, you know, I've streamed Yakuza in the past, you know when you fight someone in Yakuza and it's like they're about to go down and you see him swaying a little bit and it's like, you know, one more punch is going to knock him the fuck out? That's what Logan Paul looks like. The guy that looks like he was going to get fucking knocked out one more time. But he lost, thank God. And KSI was the... Shout out to Commander Root for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow right there. You know, just right in the middle of the podcast. There you go. No, the whole thing is that, like, he knows how to fight. He knows how to last in the ring, and he knows what to do. You know, and he showed that in the ring, and that's why he won. People can say it was rigged. People can say whatever it is they want. You cannot rig the fact. You cannot script the fact that Logan Paul was fucking exhausted and KSI still had a lot of energy. And yeah, so he won. I thought it was a fair match, and obviously they had their whole thing at the end. You know, KSI is undefeated, and he's like, there will be more people that I'm sure I'm going to fight in the future, and all that fun shit. But Logan Paul's like, I want the rematch. You know, I just want, you know, he pulled the whole victim card of, you know, beginning of the year was the lowest point of my life, to which I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, you know, you gotta learn from your mistakes and suffer your consequences, which I still don't feel he's learned from his mistakes at all. I mean, I don't think any of us will say that. So, you know, and he's sitting there, he's like, you know, you kept me distracted, made me not focus on all this YouTube stuff, and made me learn that I want to fight and learn me to be a better person. And I'm just like, keep fucking talking. I'm gonna sip on my beer, you know. So Logan Paul had his cringy shit. KSI did not come back and want to call somebody out at the end, so there was a lot more class in that aspect. But that was my takeaway from the Logan Paul KSI fight. I'm not going to ask you guys your opinions on it because I was the one that watched the fight, nor do I think you guys care. So you said you only watched it because I was going to watch it, because I wanted to talk about it, and I personally wanted to see Logan Paul get his ass beat, and I was not disappointed. KSI got some good blows. The other cool thing that I loved, and you and I were in love with it, was seeing Jake Paul's pretty boy face soaked in blood. He had blood coming from his nose, and I think his mouth at one point as well, and they had to stop mid-round, I think it was like round 3 or something, to clean his fucking face up. And I'm like, man, That is a face that deserves the blood on it, but that's just me. So enough about YouTube drama and enough about all this stuff. Let's talk about something May has some expertise on. Let's talk My Hero Academia. You're wearing the fucking shirt, dude! Show it off! Training to become All Might. Or training to be All Might.
Training to be All Might, yeah.
Fucking, dude, you're not training to defeat him, you're training to be him. So has he given you One for All yet? Or
No, because my name is not Izuku Midoriya.
Young man. Young Midoriya. So, My Hero Academia. Pretty great show. You like the show. I love the show. I'm going to talk about some things. So, number one, I finished up season 2, and I'm all ready for the movie, which we're all hyped for the movie. I'm going to kind of go around. You guys, aside from like the last couple episodes, watched most of season 3. I have yet to start season 3. I've only watched the recap episode. That was like, was that 39? Yeah, I think it was episode 39. What do you guys? I'll start with you, Mira, and then we'll go May, and then I'll go myself. What do you love the most about My Hero Academia?
Deku.
Okay, all right. I figured that was going to be your answer, the one-word answer of Deku, which I could have. No, tell us why. Why do you love Deku? Why do you love the show?
Because he's a precious cinnamon roll.
He's a precious cinnamon roll. Come on, give me more.
I just like the show.
You just like the show. It's a good show. It is a good show. May, why do you like My Hero Academia so much?
I like it because it kind of. He's like, he kind of put me in the spot here.
I do apologize.
It kind of, a lot of it is.
like leaves.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of it is. It's just. How can I word it? See, now that you put me on the spot, now I can't. I'm blanking out really bad.
I apologize.
All Might. That's what you like.
Well, that, yeah, but.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna touch on her love for All Might in a little bit.
Basically, the whole thing of just. So you put me in a spot, and now I can't even. Sorry.
I'm the worst. I am the fucking worst. I apologize.
I know what I want to say. It's just it's not coming out.
I can try to help you say what you want to say.
The whole like. We'll go to you. You can come back to me because I'm.
I mean, there's multiple
multiple
layers to this. This is, I mean, hands down, this is the best Shonen Jump show that's ever come out. I was talking to Mira, especially during season 2. That festival arc alone could have been a 38 episode festival arc, but it was literally what, like 14, 15 episodes?
Something like that, yeah.
Something along those lines. They know how to write things. They know how to not draw out fights. Like that Deku Todoroki fight could have been 3 to 4 episodes. Bare minimum 2 to 3. If we're talking Bleach rules, that would have been like 2 to 4.
If we were talking Dragon Ball Z, it would have been 10.
Would have been 10 to 25. Remember the Spirit Ball. Never forget the Spirit Ball. And he fucking missed. I am still angry about that. To this day, we waited 20 episodes. I waited the better part of a summer, or whenever that originally aired as a kid, to see they're getting the energy for the Spirit Ball, and he throws it, and he misses. And as a kid, I'm just like, oh no.
You're just like, why did I devote my time to this?
See, there's people talk about the what's the Haruhi Suzumiya repeating 8 episodes?
Oh, the Endless 8.
The Endless 8. People talk about the Endless 8, but people also need to be talking about the never-ending saga of the goddamn Spirit Ball on BBC.
I don't know if they've already aired it, but in Japan they were doing a thing. They were going to do an 88-hour marathon of the Endless 8. I don't know when in Japan.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
88-hour marathon of the Endless 8? That's so clever.
Yes.
Holy shit. Would you watch that marathon?
If it was in English.
Right.
Not in Japanese, because I would lose
Japanese.
Interest within like maybe the first 10 minutes.
You'd be confused. When you go to... Robit sent me this photo recently. It's like when you go to Japan but there's no subtitles.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. Or there's also the one where there's the guy holding his waifu pillow and he goes, "Don't worry, Japan will understand me." And it's the old guy going like, huh? It's like, who brought the Americans here? How dare they? It's like, oh no, I'll blend in. Watashi wa. It's like, no.
Watashi.
No. God damn it.
Like,
Don't
no.
do this. Those are probably the same people that walk down the street and think a JoJo fight's going to happen at every corner.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Is that a JoJo? That is a JoJo reference. Yeah, I got to talk with Megan because I want to hear all about that JoJo bar she went to.
Yeah.
Because she went to a JoJo theme bar, and apparently it was really cool. I'm like, oh shit.
So anyway, why you like My Hero?
So why I like My Hero Academia is because we go on these side tangents. No. I love the writing. I love like how every character breaks an archetype. Like you see, for example, you see Deku. You think he's just gonna have the whole world given to him, and he's gonna be the typical shonen character where everything goes right and stuff like that. And they don't. He's got this incredible power with One for All, but it fucks him up big time. You know, the sports spoiler alert for season 2. I should probably preface this by saying that there's going to be spoilers just through season 2, not the new season because I haven't watched it yet. He loses the festival in the quarterfinals. You know, you would think he would get to at least the semifinals or the finals. No, he lost in the quarterfinals. But arguably, that Todoroki Deku fight is probably one of the biggest fights for Deku personally.
But at least towards the end, Deku didn't really care about winning the fight.
He didn't.
Just wanted to help Todoroki.
He wanted to. The way that Deku won that fight was having Todoroki realize he could use his fire side, but use it as his own. And then you had like the cutaways of like when like All Might was talking about your quirk is your own and stuff like that, and he's with his mom, and I'm just like, oh no.
You said you were crying in that episode.
I was crying. Yeah, May, you watched me. I was crying for Todoroki during that episode. That was, oh boy, that was wild. I love Todoroki. Todoroki's really great. He's in my like top 5 favorites, which we'll talk about our top 5 favorites in a moment and why we love them. But yeah, I just love that. I love so many of the characters. And unpopular opinion, we're going to start getting hate right away here. I mean, if we didn't already get a fuckload of hate from all the Logan Paul fans, who, you know, because I'm dissing on the Maverick, you know.
Anime was a mistake.
Anime was a... You know what? Miyazaki is correct. Anime was a mistake. I actually... Do you agree, man?
I do agree.
Anime is a fucking mistake. No. I love the characters. I love how they all break archetypes. You know, you got Momo, who you think is going to be like the busty, ditzy girl, but she's the smartest in the fucking class. You know, and she has her whole, like, moments of growth, like in the final exam arc when she's with Todoroki and kind of sitting there like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know, man. What if I just can't do this shit? I mean, that's very abbreviated of what she's going through, but yeah. Anime Titty is pretty great. 10 out of 10. I think we all agree at this table. Anime Titty, 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10.
For Robert, it's the best titty.
It is the best titty.
It is the only titty.
Ooh, man.
I thought he liked Ivy. Or is it her butt he liked?
He just
I
likes
think
Ivy.
that's the booty.
Oh, okay.
Well, he just likes Ivy in general, which, I mean, you look
She's
at Ivy.
in the new one, I think.
Yeah, they announced her. He was messaging me straight up saying that it's going to be the best game ever because Ivy's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Ivy's hot. I'll definitely give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
See, he says Ivy booty.
Ivy booty.
There you go. Yeah.
But, no, it was one of those things where the writing is great, the fighting is really, the animations, like, I love Studio Bones, and they've done some incredible shows, like they did FMA Brotherhood, and didn't they do Soul Eater? Was it Bones that did Soul Eater?
I don't remember.
Could be speaking on my ass on that one, but they've done a lot of good shit. And their animation, their animating for My Hero Academia is fucking nuts with how awesome it is.
Especially the Deku Todoroki fight.
That Deku Todoroki fight, that animation is so fucking awesome.
You were freaking the fuck out over that animation.
I was. It looked sick, dude. I fucking loved it. I love the animation. I love the storytelling. I love the pacing. I personally, I mean, season 1 was pretty decent, but season 2 was what made me fall head over heels in love with the show. I fucking love season 2. I still need to watch season 3, which I'm very excited because there are certain things like the recent fight with All Might that people are still crying about. May specifically is crying. We'll have a funeral for May in a little while. But yeah, that's why I fucking love the show. So yeah, that's why I love it. So are you able to find the words now of how you can why you like the show?
So one of the reasons I like the show is I relate a lot to Deku in the whole sense of, you know, he's a kid that he has this big old dream. He doesn't want to give up on it. And to me, it's very inspirational because, you know, he worked hard. I mean, yeah, of course, in the sense of the story, you know, he has to get a quirk from All Might just to, you know, even be here because he was born quirkless. but it kind of, in a way, it shows that, you know, if you work hard towards your dreams, you know, you can accomplish anything type thing. Yeah, of course, you have to work towards it, which is the main focus for Deku, you know, as you see in Season 1 and even Season 2. And then even now in Season 3, he's still working to make that quirk his own. That's, like, the main focus. I mean, it's his quirk, but not fully. Like, it's, you know, he's still trying to adjust to it. So I like that. The storytelling, is really good. I like a lot of the characters, because a lot of them, they have a lot of, you know, personal issues. They have a lot of flaws, a lot of growth that they're trying, you know, they go through. You know, it just... And I like the animation. The anime is pretty animation. The animation is pretty anime.
I really love that.
The animation is pretty fluid, I would say. Like, if that's even a word. I don't do anime.
It flows very... fluid animations, that's very much...
And even, even for the bad guys, like, at times I'm rooting for them, because they're just... To me, a lot of the bad guys are very likable. I mean, there's...
I loved Stain as a villain, because you look at his ideas and you're like, okay, I can't fault him for thinking that way. He's just really fucked up in what he's wanting to do, but you can't fault him for any of that. But I can totally understand that.
So even like I said, the villains are likable, and it's a lot of, like, it's not to do a pun, it's a quirky show. It's crazy, it's over the top at times, you know, a lot of characters, they're lovable in their own way, and whatnot, and just, like, even I've seen some of it subbed, and I've seen some of it dubbed, and I think the acting in both versions is well done.
Both
like I could tell they have a lot of love for their characters, you know, depending on who's playing who.
Well, just look at Justin Briner in general. He literally is like Deku in person. And all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, both him and then I forgot the guy who does Deku in Japanese, but they both, you know, they put a lot of love into their characters, and that's, like, one thing I noticed about this show. Like I said, watching in English or Japanese, a lot of the actors put a lot of care and love into their characters, you know, and they give off the best performance they can, you know. They really embody the character, you know, they know how they want to go with their character, you know. So
I liked David Matranga in Attack on Titan, but I fell in love with him with his work as Todoroki. His work on Todoroki is really good. I'm just a big fan of the loud, boisterous boys, so I fucking love Kirishima. He's my favorite boy. He's my favorite character, Kirishima. He's a fucking idiot. And then the thing that you told me, that the reason why he's got a scar on his face is because when he was a kid, he tried to use his quirk and he cut himself. I'm like,
he didn't try to use it. It manifested.
Oh, it manifested.
It happened when it manifested, and he accidentally cut himself because he didn't, like, it just came out. He didn't know.
I'm imagining him going to his mom, bleeding, with, like, a hard hand going, Mom, I got my quirk! And he's all excited, and Mom's going, Kirishima, we gotta go to the hospital now! He's just like, but I got my quirk! This hurts! I'm like, this idiot.
Why is there red in my eye?
Kirishima's an idiot.
That's not my hair.
Kirishima's an idiot, and I fucking love him. I love him. He's my favorite character. I think we already have the answer to this, but who are your favorite characters?
Mineta.
Mineta's great! Hold on. No. That's my controversial opinion. I love Mineta. People shit all over Mineta, and I don't fucking get it. It's like, how many other perverted characters in shonen shows have a lot of love when people going, oh, that's great, but Mineta comes around, and he's this tiny little fucking pervert boy, but he's fucking hilarious, and it's really great. And even he has his moment. You know, like when he had his moment of, like, he didn't want to be a little bitch, and he ended up not being a little bitch during the final exam arc. It's like, he had growth. I love Mineta. Mineta's fucking...
That's his reasoning for growth. I didn't want to be a little bitch.
He wanted to prove to all the pretty women. He wanted to be popular to attract all the women. Let's be real. I mean, if you look at it, some would say that's a vain thing, but if he doesn't get much attention, maybe
he's honest.
He's fucking honest, dude, and I fucking love that. Ocha straight up says, I want to make a lot of money so that my parents don't have to, you know, worry about their future. And I'm just like, see, she straight up said, I want to make cash money, but I want to help my parents with that cash money. I'm like, yo, that is so cash money of you, Uraraka. That's really great. That is fucking awesome. Sorry, I needed to go on that rant real quick. Go ahead. Favorite characters, go for it.
Deku, Ocha, Aizawa.
Aizawa's great.
Todoroki. And I like Shinso a lot more after I've watched it a few more times.
Right.
Just because the first time I saw it, I was just kind of like, okay, I feel bad.
Shinso's the purple-haired guy, right?
Yes.
From Class 1B?
Mm-hmm. Like, the first time I watched it, I felt bad, but at the same time, it's just like, but look what he did.
Right.
I can't really like you. And then I watched it when it got dubbed, because the first time I watched it, it was subbed.
Right, yeah.
When I watched the dub of it, I was just like, oh, ow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right. I won't go into what I was going to say because it's technically a spoiler from the newest chapter of the manga, but the kind of reveal of some things.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, his influence and stuff. I'm like, you could just look into space and you could tell. So. May, who are your favorite characters?
How many are we going with?
Just as many as you want.
Okay, well, I'll
I
just...
thought you said 5.
I said 5 originally,
Oh,
but
really? I didn't
No.
know that.
Here's the thing. I don't want to put a number on it. So if you only got like 2 or 3 really good ones, go for
I'll
it.
just list the characters I really, really absolutely like.
Oh, yeah.
So I really like All Might, as we know.
That's her
All
husband.
Might, yeah. All Might, Bakugo, and Todoroki. Those are the top
Those are your
3.
three.
I also like Aizawa.
That was great.
I thought you were going to be like, All Might, Buff Might, Skinny Might, Young Might.
I could have done that as a joke. But yeah, I like Aizawa. There's other, I mean, a lot of the characters, they're likable and really in their own way, you know. But
right.
if I had to narrow it down to 3, it would be All Might. Why are you staring at each other as I speak?
We'll tell you after. We'll tell you after.
So All Might, Bakugo, and Todoroki is the top 3. Because, I mean, I told you guys before, when I first started getting this show, like when I was looking at your box set, Miranda, the book.
You saw Todoroki.
Yeah, I think it was, I saw Todoroki, I was like, okay, he's cool. And then I went to Jiro. That was like, her design I really like, so that got me to start looking through it. And then I just kept flipping back to Todoroki, and I'm like, oh, his design is really gorgeous. You know,
Yeah.
I like how he has a multicolor hair, the multicolor eyes, you know, all that kind of thing. And then from there, I just kept flipping through the book, and I was like, wow, a lot of these characters have like nice designs. That's why I noticed
Right.
that. It's just, I really like I like the colors, you know.
Yeah,
They're like every color of the rainbow this class, you know. You got
color.
red, you got blue, you got purple, green.
Every color of the rainbow in this
Yeah.
class. I really like
Yeah,
that.
because I mean, if you look at it, they're like it's a multicolor class, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spans the colors of the
That's
rainbow.
why it's going to be so funny whenever he finally gets to the hideout arc, when they have to do the disguises.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
to get to that
I forgot
fucking
about that,
episode.
yes.
Todoroki and his stupid, like, little sprig of white hair popping out from under his wig.
You told me that Tatum has one of the best lines ever, which is, "We're here to look at scantily clad women," and I'm like, of fucking course, Ida.
He looks like the villain from Annie. That's what Tate.
He does. Yeah, it's pretty great.
I just appreciate the fact that Kirishima is the one trying to coach Deku on how to sound like a tough
We're
guy.
here to look at scantily clad women. Close enough is what I've heard. I'm like, oh boy.
What you looking at? No, not like that. Stick your chin out a little more.
Yeah, like I told you guys, it looks like Deku's auditioning for Yakuza 7.
Yeah.
That's really what it looks like.
Yes.
He's gonna be the new person going after Kiryu in Yakuza 7. It's just gonna be fucking tiny ass Deku in his disguise.
What you looking at, Kiryu-chan?
God. Oh my god. I want this to fucking happen now. But yeah, it's pretty great. I already said, I love Kirishima. I love Aizawa. I love Todoroki. I love Momo. Momo's pretty great. She's best girl. And sorry to do this to you, babe, but Miss Midnight.
I like her too.
What a babe.
The thing is, I have not met anyone who does not like Aizawa. I noticed Aizawa's that. I mean, yeah.
Aizawa is literally a mood.
He's that character that a lot of people embody mood-wise. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a lot of people relate to him. He's constantly tired, doesn't want to be there. You know, he's doing the adult thing. You know, but. Yeah, I've yet to find someone that does not like Aizawa
Right,
as a
I totally get
character. And Midnight, yeah, I forgot about her. I like her a lot.
What a babe.
Mhm.
I love her.
Yes.
I love her. She's pretty great. And then we're excited for the movie. The movie's gonna be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm caught up on this. I'm caught up on the show. So I'm
Leading up to the movie.
I'm caught up on the show leading up to the movie, which
Mm-hmm.
apparently you just need to get through season 2 in order.
Yeah, and then if you wanted to, if they dub it before the movie, there is, like I said, the recent episode that came out yesterday, it ties into the movie.
I heard that. I'm like, that's
It
cool.
references the movie, and then
Yeah.
the rest of the episode's really freaking wild. I was watching part of it and I was laughing.
That's cool.
I would say if you want to, if it's dubbed before the movie, watch that.
There you go.
It ties in it, and then you're good to go. But if you get a chance to watch season 3, I definitely would.
I mean, I'm gonna start it this coming month.
Yeah.
I know we got that topic that was supposed to be next, but I want to tie it to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna watch that soon. Unlike what I haven't watched recently, which is Voltron.
I haven't either.
I want to talk about that for a moment. So we're swapping.
We planned on it, but then we just didn't.
So here's my reason why. Here's my reason why I haven't watched Voltron is the fandom and their reaction to season 7 made me go, I need to not watch this for a little bit because I'm gonna let them influence me and all that crazy shit. Don't worry, Robot. We'll get you tacos soon. Come on over. We'll make tacos. Come on over one time. Come on over Tuesday. We'll make you tacos.
You gotta walk to San Burrito.
Come walk on over to San Burrito if you want tacos. But anyway, so I haven't watched Voltron season 7.
Yeah.
You would think I would have watched it the first day with how much I fucking loved season 6. Season 6 got me back into the show. I had a lot of hesitation on season 6, mainly because of the fact that I really hated season 5. I had a lot of issues with the pacing of season 5, and a lot of the people that kind of got shoved out of season 5. I had a lot of issues. But then I watched season 6, and season 6 made me finally fall in love with Voltron again. It made me excited to love the show. But also at the same time kind of reminded me why fandoms are stupid and shitty. Because there were quite a few people that did not like season 6 in my personal circle. And there's one person in particular who straight up hates season 7. I'm not going to name them. I'm not even going to go into the what they've even said. But basically reading on their Twitter and on their Facebook and on their Instagram, the reason why they hate season 7 is because they hate that Allura and Lance is going to become canon. And I'm basically looking at this person saying, you've now become what you hated. Because you know the person I'm talking about. And basically, they used to get on fans for hating a show because their ship wasn't canon. And now they're hating a show because their ship isn't canon. And I was seeing a lot of people seeing people go crazy about season 7 and crazy and claiming all the queer baiting and shit that apparently happened in season 7 and stuff like that. I was like, I need to not watch this for a while. And I've known the fandom for Voltron has been super toxic for a long time. With the reaction to season 7, especially because I was fucking hyped for season 7.
Yeah.
And I know when I eventually watch it, I'll probably watch it within the next... My goal is to have it watched by the time the next podcast comes out, so that way we can do a follow-up. Maybe have you... If you want to be a part of the discussion at the end of the podcast, we'll do it at the end of next podcast.
I'll say why I haven't even started season 6.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's just fine. No, it's one of those things where I needed to step away from people talking about Voltron because there was a lot of vitriol and hate one way or another. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, they finally got their footing again. The writing's really good again. Season 6 was the payoff that I needed to love the show. Because if there was no payoff in season 6, I was going to ditch the show. And be like, sorry, I'm not going to watch the show anymore. But because of the fact that, we... that there was a lot of payoff, there was a lot of shit, like Keith came back in a big way, and all that other shit. It was just one of those things where I was happy to see that they killed it, and they brought people back, and there was massive payoff, and the shit with Shiro was finally finished and stuff like that. And then season 7 happens, and I'm just sitting there like, season 7 happens, and people are talking about how wild season 7, the wild bad shit in season 7. I'm just like, I just want to enjoy the fucking show. Shut the fuck up, everybody. I was already getting annoyed when they had announced the whole thing with Shiro and Adam, and everyone was just sitting there saying, see, Sheath canceled. I'm like, can we not talk about ships for a moment? Can we just be proud of the fact that there is LGBTQ plus representation in a very popular show? Can we just accept that? And it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like they just shoehorned it in like what I personally feel Steven Universe has done. I feel like all of the representation of Steven Universe is throwing everything that hasn't been into a show, you talk about getting hate, into a show just to say, hey, look, we're representative. Not that representation doesn't matter, Just if you're going to write a show with representation, make it make sense in your show. You know? Adam and Shiro make sense in the show because they kind of... all they have to say is Shiro had a significant other.
Yeah.
It was a guy. You know? To which it's the future. And they're not shoving it in people's faces. It's just like, yeah, he had a boyfriend and they're not together anymore. And it's like they attack it like it's... They don't come at it at the angle of, see, look, we got a gay character. They're just like, yeah, his former lover left because he went to the garrison.
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates. Yeah, when it comes to writing, you never want to write anything that feels forced. And the way that they were bringing that in, it didn't feel forced. But then people were turning that into a fucking ship war. And I'm just like, can we shut the fuck up about the ship wars? No, we're never going to do it.
No, because don't you know Clans isn't canon. We cannot stop talking about ship wars.
Fuck off, Clans fans. I'm sorry. Yeah, fucking
Roommates.
Robot's freaking out about roommates. Robot will be here in about 2 hours. He's going to bring his D&D books, and he's going to walk to San Burrito. But it's pretty great.
In
so
about 2 hours.
It'll take 2 hours. That's not bad.
Ooh.
I mean, hey, he'll get his cardio. That'll be great. But anyway, yeah, it's just like the whole Voltron fandom really needs to... The whole Voltron fandom just needs to get laid. Because the thing is that if you fucking you get laid, you chilled out, you're like, oh, that was great. And you're like, alright, what was I mad about? Listen, the logic makes sense here. It just makes sense here. Our friend Dai straight up said on Twitter, it's like everyone's saying, Shiro just needs to rest, and she goes, Shiro just needs to get laid. And I'm like, yep, absolutely. And May's like, I volunteer.
I can't.
He's
gay, remember?
He could be they never directly said he was one
You
or another.
volunteer.
Remember you?
I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer. Come here, wreck my asshole, Shiro. Don't think about things for a little bit. But no, it's just they need to get off the computer. They need to get off Twitter. They need to get off Tumblr. No, I mean anyone who uses Tumblr regularly, they never get off the internet. But yes, I did directly say that. Come at me, fucking Tumblr assholes. I only say that. I'm gonna clarify that. I only say that because the general Tumblr user is very vitriolic and hateful and not accepting of people's opinions. And which is sad. That's what the website's turning. Wreck my asshole, Shiro. Greg 2018.
County counts, right?
No, San Bernardino City. Come on over here. Come fight us. We're ready. We've been waiting. We're gonna fight you. Anyway, so it's just they need to get off the computer, get off Twitter. You need to go for a walk. Maybe listen to your favorite record. I've heard that new BTS record's a good fucking record. Go listen to that. Don't make people feel like they're. Don't make people feel bad for liking what they like.
Don't be a dick about the things you don't like.
Yeah. So.
What is that from?
It's from a video. It was like, it's okay to not like things, but don't be a dick about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, basically, the moral of the story is...
Did someone say record?
Yes. But yeah, it's just... I don't know, man. It's... The Voltron fandom is why I haven't watched Season 7. And another fandom that went crazy that I was showing you was the fucking Critical Role fans. The Critters went crazy over a situation that happened a few weeks ago to a point that Matthew Mercer had a long Twitter thread about this is how storytelling happens. I know people get upset about things, but he's like I'm basically the most hated person on Twitter right now. Because I let something happen. There was a character death recently. I'm not gonna spoil who it was for anyone who's maybe watching who's a Critical Role fan. Who's maybe not caught up on Campaign 2, but there was a big character death that happened, and Matt was basically lambasted on Twitter saying, how could you kill this character? I'm not supporting Critical Role anymore. How fucking dare you? To which people like Liam O'Brien straight up said, we dealt with player character death in the first season. He's like, or during our first campaign. We also dealt with it way back before we were even Critical Role. It happens. It would be wrong if he didn't let it happen. And Taliesin, who may or may not be associated with what happened, he straight up took to Twitter saying, it's the way it happens. Shit goes down. It doesn't mean anything for any one person associated with it. No one's leaving. It's just there will be a new character. You know, it's like that's a part of D&D. Characters die.
I think the reason why like certain people just get like that is just a lot of times people get so attached to a character. So when a character dies, you know, to them that's like the end of the world. And part of me, like, I understand. Part of me understands that because when my favorite characters die, I too get upset. But there's also another part of me that realizes that there's a reason why it happens in storytelling, and you have to just accept it and let it move on.
You're not going to take. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't get so caught up in the fact that they made a decision. Like Matt said, D&D, it's storytelling. You know, if that's what he wanted in a story, that's why he did it. That's why it happened. You know, when he does it, I'm guessing from what I've seen, when he does his story, he has storytelling. He has a reason why he does his decisions.
He's a masterful storyteller. Yeah. And the context of what was going on in the arc was there needed to be a sacrifice, basically. Like, they needed to sacrifice something. And instead of one thing, it ended up being a character. And because they've kind of had to write around some things, because Ashley Johnson, she's filming her show Blind Spot again, so she's not in LA. Travis and Laura had to stop because they had the child. So all their characters kind of got unassociated for the arc in a certain way. Just so that Matt can write around that. But he still was able to craft the story to where that made sense.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it was one of those things where, yeah, it happens for a reason. But you're not, you know, if a character dies, you're not going to, like, okay, say for example, let me use this as an example. Say for an example, fucking Bakugo ends up dying in a new season. You're not going to tweet the creator of My Hero Academia and tell him that you and your family need to go kill yourself.
No.
Which Matt apparently was getting a lot of you and Marisha need to kill yourselves for allowing this to happen. Or Marisha shouldn't have married a monster like you. And I'm like, what the?
Okay, for one thing.
Fuck, dudes!
For one thing, what does Marisha have to do with the storytelling?
Because she's associated with him.
Because that's Matt's wife.
And it doesn't matter if she's part of it or not, because she's associated, she's, you know, that's his wife. To them, she's part of it, no matter what. It's like the whole thing.
Did they not see how tore up she got with that character?
Here's the thing.
She was not expecting that. None of them were.
It's the same thing like with the whole Josh Keaton thing. It doesn't matter, like, if you're associated with him, to them, because they're so upset, it doesn't matter that she's with him and she needs that in their minds they're like she needs to get blamed for it too. It doesn't matter.
It's whole just Josh Keaton thing made me so angry that they went after his family just because he made a comment about you. Because
people are terrible. They get like that for no reason.
Yeah,
they become irrational.
I'm glad that I'm waiting to watch Voltron, and I'm glad that I waited a few weeks to finally, because I'm finally wrapping. I'm on the final episode of the Vox Machina campaign again, and then I'm rolling right on into the Mighty Nine campaign. I'm glad there's been a few weeks between.
Are you ready to cry again?
I mean, I'm ready to get emotional, yeah, but the thing is, I'm not going to have the, you know, I didn't watch it that week, and I don't have the vitriol of the fandom to look at, which is also why I've waited to watch Voltron, is I've wanted the fans to get all the negative shit out of the way, and then I finally watch it without having to deal with any of those people. Which is sad that one of those people specifically is someone that I've considered a friend. That after seeing how they react to something as simple as a fucking show, I'm kind of like, I'm pulling back from you, dude. Because if you're gonna get like this over a fucking show,
children's show?
There are bigger issues going on that I think you need to look at in yourself and you need to address. You know? Because here's the thing. I used to get like that, you know? Remember the whole, like, why you would never want me to talk about Sword Art Online? Because I became so angry about that show that I started making you guys feel like total shit about it. And you should have said, I'm not talking to you about this anymore because you're making me feel like garbage. I've done it in the past, so I'm just like, it's more of a, hey, learn from my mistakes. Don't fucking do this, dude. It's bad. It's really bad. But there's not much you can do. I just letting them calm down, and eventually, then I'll probably watch it within the next week or so, and then we'll be able to talk about it in season 7. Sao, best anime. Oh boy. Just know this is the only time I'll ever talk about Sao until we do the video of you reacting to Sao. is I'm not a big
I'll
fan.
watch it.
She can watch it too because she can bring a balance.
Because I actually like Sword Art Online.
You do,
It's
yeah.
not...
The thing I keep getting told is season 1 was good.
It was good.
And then anything after that is kind of shit. And I'm just
The
like,
thing is, yeah, it's true. Season 1 was good. I mean, some people
The
argue...
Sal arc was really good.
People argue that, like, Season 2 wasn't that great. That's the one where they go to the gun gale. That's where it's, like, a first-person shooter type one.
Whichever one the fairy
That's
one
the second
was,
half of Season 1.
apparently that's where...
Yeah,
starts to
because the
die.
author just gets really, like, some of the writings is really awkward. And, like, some of the stuff, like, I don't know what was going through the author's mind when they wrote it. But
Well, the author also wrote the porno scene with 16.5.
Oh, yeah,
as
so
well. Yeah.
to explain that, there is a scene, like, they don't show it in the anime because it's an anime, obviously, where Kirito and Asuna, the two main characters, they find out they're in love with each other, and he wrote a side chapter where they have sex for the first time because they, like, get married. So they, they consummate their love, basically.
The most awkward part, because I've read 16.5.
Which, I mean, like, that could make sense, though.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying. That's what Greg was making the point if he wrote the sex chapter.
Where it was like porn?
Yes.
Yeah.
The most awkward part about that, though, is that between the descriptions of sex was the description of the technology to make people feel things in real life. And I'm like,
oh, God.
I don't need to fucking know this. Because now there's the extra added bit.
I don't need to fucking know this.
I don't need to fucking know this. Yeah.
It does say it's not going to be it's never going to top anything like when Fate's Day Night came out as an Eroge. Nothing
It was an Eroge, yeah.
Because the writing on there, even Natsu himself agrees that the writing, just the way it's translated, is really weird. Like, the sex euphemisms is really awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just going to say, for Voltron real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I was about to tie back to that.
Voltron, the reason why I haven't watched even season 6 or even 7 is because it's the fandom. It's just right now it's just gotten too much for me.
I don't blame
like
you.
when season 7 came out, I just went on Twitter. I didn't care about spoilers, and that's when I got the whole spoiler between Shiro and Adam, and I was like, oh, okay. And
I saw that spoiler as well, and I saw that.
Kept showing
away.
you. Yeah,
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say is like I'll just say there's a part in there why people say like, oh, season 7's queer baiting, and it's some people got really upset about it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Do you see why
the show blatantly like says something happens to one of the characters, and then people on Twitter basically tied it to that.
Said it was queer baiting.
It's queer baiting. Something happened to one of these characters, and I was like, oh, okay.
Which I'm kind of confused because in the initial promotional discussions, like at Comic-Con, they straight up said, yeah, Adam and Shiro weren't together. They were together, but they're not because Shiro went to the garrison. That's not a spoiler for the show. The creator should have said.
On to the Kerberos mission.
Yeah, but there's something in the show that happens with the character, and then they go, oh, this show is now queer baiting, and I'm like,
which I never thought it was.
Yeah, and just the whole fandom with season 6 and 7 is just, I just wanted to calm down because it got too much for me. It overwhelmed me.
I don't blame you on that.
I can't enjoy the show with knowing that the fandom goes crazy over these little things.
Right,
yeah. I eventually am going to watch it because I actually want to see how the story ends.
Yeah.
I want to, when season 8 comes out. But for now, I'm just like, I've taken a break. I was like, I'll just go watch My Hero Academia or something.
That's what I did. When Voltron came out, I was just watching My Hero Academia because that's what I was catching up on.
Wasn't that another thing that you read of like, oh, Voltron is shit, now I'm gonna go watch My Hero?
That was a joke.
Our friend Courtney straight up said, yeah, there are people that want to bail to My Hero Academia, and we're just like, we don't need this.
Yeah.
We don't want you.
We don't want you, yeah. No.
So it's been crazy. That's why I just went over to My Hero Academia. Because eventually I will finish the Voltron.
It's part of the reason why after I watched season 1, I kind of stopped watching My Hero Academia for a little bit. It was because I had a little kind of burnout because everyone was talking about this is the best show ever, this is the best show ever. It's the best show ever, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta pull back a little bit, and that's when I'd like watch Voltron season 6 and stuff like that. Yeah.
That was me when My Hero Academia was airing. People were saying, "Oh, it's the best show," and I was like, I don't see how else is a good show. This to me, it seems like a typical action show.
Yeah, no, I totally.
That's why I wouldn't watch it. Every time you guys talked about it, I was like, oh, it doesn't interest me.
Skinny might appear.
It just didn't. Well, okay.
Young Midoriya, and it's like, oh, I'm in love.
So here's the thing, like, even when I saw the first episode and All Might appeared, my first reaction was, who is this blonde guy? He's really fucking stupid. Like, who is this guy? Like, I was laughing. I'm like, this guy is fucking stupid. I don't know who this guy is. Like, apparently he's this...
Did you mean Hope S time?
Oh my god, yeah, that's her with Hope S time.
Well, yeah, I just watched it. I'm like, who is this guy? He's so dumb. Like, he's like, has this loud, boisterous voice. I cannot stand this guy. What the heck?
I thought we lost you there.
I know.
Stop.
And then, that rest of that scene plays out, and he does all this stupid stuff, and I start laughing. I'm like, okay, I think I can tolerate this guy now. But then it's not until, like, you know, he goes in his skinny form. He's like, I really am All Might. I don't know.
The quote is, I really am All Might.
Yeah, and then just from there,
blood,
I don't know. I just thought it was funny, and then he was talking to Deku, and I was like, oh, okay, I really like this guy.
You said you got really angry at first with this conversation.
Oh,
with Deku,
because towards the end, like, he said before, he's like, you know, it's good to have a dream, but make sure it's obtainable. And it got me angry because I'm like, you're his idol, and you're basically telling him you can't do it.
Toshinori, you make me angry.
That's why it made me mad. I got upset with All Might when I first watched it. I'm like, I don't like this guy now because.
See, my thing was like, I'm upset because Deku is upset.
Right.
Just like, you poor baby. But at the same time, he's telling him to be realistic.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I understood
Which
that. It's just part of me got upset. Yeah, and that's the thing. I like looking back at it now, watching it. It's good that he did tell him that, but it still made me upset because I'm like, this is you're his idol, and you're crushing his dreams like in such a harsh and blunt way. And I understand why you're trying to make sure he, be realistic.
Right.
If you want to aim tall, you gotta like set goals that are obtainable. I mean, I get it now, but back then I was just really angry because like I was Deku in that moment. Like if my idol told me I couldn't do it, I would be upset too.
Yeah,
and I would just cry and be like, okay.
If Crispin Freeman told you,
then I would just be crushed. I'd be like, oh, okay. Then I'd be like Deku's, like back to giving up on my dream. That's what I would be like.
I'll be back to giving up on my dream, which I still feel that in my soul. Yeah.
But yeah, so Voltron, so I haven't watched it because the fandom is just crazy.
Speaking of not watching anything, this has been a situation that's been unfolding for a while. No one's going to be watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the near future because of all the shit going on with James Gunn. To give the very condensed version, because I'm sure there's a plethora of other outlets that have been covering it for way longer, which if we were running the podcast when that happened, I know we were going to talk about it. James Gunn got fired by Disney for some offensive tweets he posted, and like between
2012 or something like that.
Like from 2010 to like 2012 or something like that. He basically failed attempts at edgy dark humor.
Like 8 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, basically failed attempts at edgy dark humor, which I want to say, didn't he initially say he'd already apologized for those as well?
Yeah, he said he realized his mistakes and basically said, back then I thought it was funny, I thought it was a cool thing to do, but then he's like, looking back on it now, I realize it wasn't that funny. He even admitted to that.
I also don't blame him for not deleting the tweets because that's revisionist history, and as much as people like to dig up shit on people, he probably was like, it's an archive of my past. I've atoned for it, but I'm not going to get rid of the past.
On top of that, the internet is forever. Someone's probably got a screenshot of it.
Yeah,
I mean, people have already posted that. Just when you're younger, you don't think to delete stuff, and then if it's so far back, you're not going to think to delete it because it's too far back.
Yeah,
that's a waste of your time when you have other better things you could be doing.
Yeah.
Hence why when you look at your on this day, right, you look at your 2012 self and you go, man, what kind of cringy stuff did I write?
I look at my whenever I see memories that date back past 2013.
Do you just cringe a little?
Even the 2013, 2014 stuff can get a little cringy.
Because I've seen stuff I wrote in 2012, 2013. I was really cringy. I was a really cringy weeb still.
Man, we all were.
Well, not as bad now, but...
I wanted to slap the shit out of 2012 Greg sometime.
Yeah.
I want to slap the shit out of fucking high school Greg as well for some of the edgy shit I used to post.
Oh yeah, you're dark and mysterious with your hair, bro.
Yeah. We'll have to bring that back at some day.
But yeah, so nobody can watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
No, so basically what happens, James Gunn got fired. Quite a lot of people have been vocal about it. People like Dave Bautista, who's Drax, who's been continually saying, Robit, I want to slap the shit out of myself as well. It's pretty great.
Out of current Greg.
Yeah, you're right. People like Dave Bautista, like the whole cast wrote an open letter and signed it, saying that they stand with James Gunn. Dave Bautista straight up said if they don't even at least use a script, he's walking from the project. The big news that came out a couple days ago was production's on indefinite hiatus as they regroup and try to figure out what the hell to do. They've told the cast that if you have any upcoming projects, focus on those. Mm-hmm. And they basically fired the crew, saying that we're no longer going to be going into production in 2019. Mm. And a lot of people are saying that it's not going to be... It's not a permanent hiatus, but they're trying to regroup and figure out what the hell to do. Recently, also, he had a meeting with Disney, and Disney held firm on their firing of James Gunn, and it looks like that they're going to be just getting rid of him and not using him at all,
But
which
apparently they're still using his script.
they could be using it. Here's what I'm hoping. The thing I was hoping is that I would hope that Marvel was going to keep fighting for James Gunn, but it looks like Marvel gave up too.
And it's sad because I really want to know how they were going to tie it into after Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because that's coming out
Same.
next year. But now, since we don't know how long it's going to hiatus, what are they going to do? Because you don't want to have so much time pass,
Right.
and then you bring out this movie and people are like, and it doesn't do well because people are like,
People don't care
you,
anymore.
Like, you waited too long, type thing, you know?
Yeah, my big thing. There's also another big issue that I'm gonna have. Is like my two big things are, number one, I personally think it's very unfair that he got fired, because there are people that have been calling out Disney like, yeah, for a family friendly company. Remember when he hired a convicted child rapist to direct a movie 10 years after he got out of prison? Oh, well, what's the name of that movie? It was a lesser known Disney movie.
I think you were the one telling me about it.
Yeah, because I was reading like articles of people reacting to the initial thing. But there was a movie. It was like a 1995 live action Disney movie.
Oh, that's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, I didn't recognize the movie at all either. But basically, the guy who directed it back in, was it 1989? He was arrested and did time for molesting a child on 2 of his movie sets.
Ew.
But Disney brought him back, and that movie was considered that director's triumphant return to directing.
Okay. If anything, I would say more of victories for Robert Downey Jr., but that's just me, because he battled drugs and he got an Iron Man.
He also didn't diddle kids, so there's also that.
Well, that too. But just, out of those two, I consider more the triumphant is Robert Downey Jr., because he battled with drugs and was not getting anything, and then they're like, hey, let's make Iron Man. You know,
a low rate direct, like it was a B movie director and a recovering addict.
I forgot his name. John
Favreau, yeah.
The guy who does Happy, I think that's him.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Happy is the one who directed Iron Man 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
it's like a B movie director and a recovering addict, D-list celebrity, with like a struggling Marvel Studios came together and said, hey, let's make this movie Iron Man, and fucking look at it now.
Yeah, I say, can you believe, if they had not done that, we wouldn't be here now.
Thank you, Robot. The movie was called Powder, and the director was Victor Salva.
Oh, whatever.
If I show you a picture of this director, you're going to be like, well, of course he diddled kids.
But, yeah, just think that if they hadn't done Iron Man 10 years ago, then Marvel wouldn't be at where it is now. You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It would have been...
He looks creepy.
Yeah, see, if I go to his Wikipedia page, look at that fucking face.
That looks like a mugshot.
I think that is his mugshot, yeah.
That says, controversial after his conviction and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
12-year-old male actor, starring in one of his films. Ugh.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's awkward.
It's disgusting,
I can't.
I'm not even gonna disgrace the stream with that.
He videotaped himself, dude. Oh my
That's
god.
nuts.
Yeah, he videotaped the encounters too.
Ew.
That was the other gross part.
Victor Salva is also the director of Jeepers Creepers. Oh no.
Yeah.
But regardless, so.
Well, that ruins that movie for me.
Ooh, yeah.
So I guess we just don't know how the fate of it's gonna be.
Just my other thing that I was concerned about, because I don't think he should have been fired at all. The other thing I'm concerned about is the big deal that I had is, even though the Russo brothers directed Infinity War and Avengers 4, he still, he had a hand in writing the Guardians parts for both movies. I don't want them to come around and try to last minute modify all the Guardian scenes in Avengers 4 because they don't want to use James Gunn's content.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I was talking to you about it. It was like Friday, right? I was like, I am very concerned, because knowing Disney, they would pull some bullshit like that and kind of just be like, yeah, no, this is how the movie is, and you're gonna be like, no, something is visibly wrong with the Guardian scenes. Because the thing is that, like, for example, the whole what's Groot saying at the end of the movie, James Gunn's like, this is what I wrote in the script. He had a hand in the Guardians parts. Which makes me happy that he also got to write some Thor dialogue too, which is pretty fucking great. But yeah, it's like, I'm also concerned about that they're gonna fuck with Avengers 4 now because of that. Yeah. Avengers 4 was filmed ages ago and they're in post-production, but they could still re-edit the movie.
They could, yeah. As long as they the whole theory, like right now, I guess they're still talking about as the whole time travel thing. I just don't want them to try to mess with that part either. Like, because it doesn't fit with the Guardians, they try to, go back and refilm stuff.
Yeah, I don't want them to.
Yeah.
motherfucker. What the fuck do I know? So we talked about some heavy content. Let's talk about some funny content. Mira and I have been enjoying the Hard Times. Hard Times has had some really killer fucking articles recently, and my buddies Sean and Joshua, they've been sharing a lot of these articles, and I'm very fucking excited to share some of these with you guys. So, this is going to be called a showcase of Hard Times. Oh boy, hear them upstairs. So, here we go. So, first Hard Times article is Old Punk holding up merch line by paying with check. So, the scene is Tucson, Arizona. A local... Tucson. Tucson, Arizona. Tucson, Arizona. I'm great at words.
I would say I would take Tucson too.
Tuscan too?
Yeah.
Tuscan. A local show's merch line was held up last night for more than 11 minutes when an aging punk rocker, John the Don Bergeron, insisted on paying with a check. Sources kind of in a hurry confirmed. I'm gonna write this for a little bit over what I owe. Is that okay? He reportedly asked the merch guys so that line grew longer. I need to pick up some ginger ale on the way home, and the little store by my place won't take checks. It's great that you will, though. By the way, is the show going to start soon or what? It's dark out. Oh man, fucking man. The thing is, don't pay with checks. So the next one that I've got, the report, every online friend you haven't heard from in a while is dead. May, can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Can you confirm this?
Yes.
A new report by the Department of Health and Human Services confirmed today that the online friends you once interacted with on a daily basis but haven't heard from in a little while are dead. Glad to know we got the confirmation. When we began our investigation, we assumed some of you old friends simply lost interest or were too busy with work or school to keep in touch, said Dr. Richard Kindle, the report's principal author. Turns out, however, not a single one of them joined the military, went to prison, or got married and started a family. They all just died. Oh, man. The report covers every game you played, online community you've been a part of, and messaging app you used to create a database of all your friends. Information covered includes where you met, when you stopped talking, and their cause of death. Oh,
that's creepy.
And their cause of death.
No.
Study further indicates that while you may have thought about them whenever you saw their grayed out name on Steam, Discord, Skype, or IRC, your friends often thought about you and hoped to reconnect. Many of them reportedly got as far as to login screens of Battle.net, Tumblr, and something awful forums, Twitter, and Facebook before either reconsidering or passing away unexpectedly.
That's so sad.
If they had contacted you, it would have been exactly like the good old times, chatting, playing video games, sharing silly pictures, doing all the fun stuff you loved doing together, said Dr. Kendall, adding, in fact, it would have been better than it was back then, better than all your good memories. Would have been. Not possible anymore, of course, on account of them all dying. So now you know, May, all the people in Gaia Online that you don't talk to anymore, you're dead. Yeah. You're fucking... How does it feel to die?
Feels the same.
Same. Yeah, because I'm dead inside.
Exactly.
I'm just going to read the article of this next one. Scarlett Johansson cast as first black James Bond. MGM Studios announced that today Scarlett Johansson has been cast to play the first black James Bond, taking a groundbreaking new direction of the classic spy character. There's a lot to this. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nope, that's all we need.
That's it. That's it. We've done it, boys.
We don't need to show
I forgot that the photo was in there. Oh man, here's the next one. Guy waiting for the right moment to ask how Dead Cousin's game collection is being divvied up. Alexandria, Virginia. Following the recent death of his cousin Jake Geller, local gamer David Alder has been contemplating the best time to ask when he'll be receiving Geller's extensive video game collection. Still can't believe that Jake is gone, mused Adler, who began to wonder about inheriting the game's library no more than 10 minutes after learning his cousin's death in a jet skiing accident. When I think about all the great memories I have of us gaming together, it would be a shame for his collection to go to waste. What a shame. I mean, it'd be a shame, right? I mean, May, when you eventually die from fucking husbando syndrome or whatever the fuck you're affected with,
Husbando syndrome.
like, I'm gonna want your games.
What is husbando syndrome?
You die.
I don't have enough husbandos.
You die of a broken heart because your husbandos will never love
exactly.
you. Exactly.
That's why I get more every time because it fills the void.
The hard times. Here's one of my favorites. So I have to explain this one. Warped Tour are already planning reunion at Riot Fest.
Yeah, I don't get it because I thought Warped Tour was done.
So here's the joke.
Okay.
So a lot of bands have done reunions at this metal festival, Riot Fest. It's kind of been known that like big acts have come together. The joke here is Warped Tour is a music festival, not a band. But they're playing on the fact that a bunch of bands reunite at Riot Fest. So they're basically, this came out the day after Warped Tour, the final Warped Tour finished.
So Riot Fest is going to be Warped Tour.
Basically, yeah. They said that Kevin Lineman, who's the guy who runs Warped Tour, he's like, they say in the article, it's like, yeah, we haven't planned a tour in like 10 minutes, man. Riot Fest 2020 is where it's going to be at.
Did they legit say why they ended Warped Tour?
Just he didn't want to do a massive festival anymore.
Oh, he's tired of it?
Basically. I literally think, I have a theory, Warped Tour is now going to become like a 3-day festival somewhere. It might be like a SoCal, like, summer festival.
Time to go travel, huh?
Fuck it, I'll go. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at one of the ones on the side. It says top 5 alternatives to nice set, dude.
Oh boy.
What?
Top 5 alternatives to nice set, dude. We've all been there before. You just saw an up-and-coming band have a rough set and you wanted to support them without seeming fake. Many people use the cliche phrase, nice set, dude, even though their music sounded like Slaughter Day at the Puppy Mill. Well, we're here for some helpful alternative phrases to avoid this punk faux pas. Looks like you're having fun up there. This shows that you appreciated the performance without seeming like you never talked to another human before. They might not have had the best performance of that night, but they at least looked like they were having a fun time doing what they love. And you know, as the saying goes, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. What kind of pedals are you using? Commenting on the shitty musician's guitars gives them a sense of confidence. It's like telling an ugly dude you love his outfit. It's totally worth spending hundreds of dollars just to shield the fact that you're not that talented or good looking for that matter. We could accomplish so much together. Where are we going with this one? If there's anything you know about musicians that have a rough set, they really want to hear your advice, especially if you're a musician who they've never heard of. Let them know how open to collaborating you are, particularly if you're in a completely different genre. Make sure they're fully aware that your electro, pop, funk, nu metal, noise duo would fit perfectly for a collaboration once you find a second member. That was a lot of buzzwords in that sentence. Number 4, that ruled. Looks like you got some good meat on them bones.
What?
Bands on the road are constantly hungry due to lack of affordable food options. Remind them that they still look like regular folks who, depending on how desperate the food situation gets, could use some sustenance while at a rest stop near the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to smell your flesh once it's crafted onto my body.
Oh,
Perfectly
God.
self-explanatory. Once you fully merge your flesh with the band, you'll become more powerful. Just like the lead vampire told you at his call, with his call. Remember, it won't take full effect until their blood has been covering your body for the entire duration of the Harvest Moon. That last one took a fucking turn, dude. Alright, so the final one. Man yelling "Free Bird" at concert can't find anyone to adopt his pet cockatoo.
A pod.
Yeah, right. Alright, I'll let you read this one.
Oh, okay.
From Philadelphia.
In Philly!
Local pet owner Dylan Murphy could not find a it's hard to read on this suitable adoptive home for his beloved pet cockatoo last week, despite incessantly screaming "Free Bird" at a recent all-ages punk show, according to aggravated witnesses. I tried yelling "Free cockatoo" to a loving home, serious inquiries only, but that was too wordy, so I shortened it to "Free Bird" and screamed it between every song, said Murphy with his cockatoo, Beansy, sitting calmly on his wrist. Most people ignored me or gave me a dirty look. When I tried politely to push to the front to get everyone's attention, people shoved me back. Some even threatened me. Maybe they just weren't animal lovers? Due to an impending move overseas, Murphy hoped to find his pet a new home before leaving the country. After several Craigslist ads failed to garner any serious attention, however, he made a last-ditch effort to find a caretaker among the roughly 50 fellow
showgoers.
There was one super drunk guy who thought my offer was hilarious. This isn't a joke. I'm actually worried about what will happen to her, said Murphy. She's so smart. I trained her to say, play a fast one. But the opening band got really offended when Beansy said it.
Oh, man. And then, yeah, basically the end is members of Surf Coffin, the headlining band, were reportedly very aware of Murphy's presence. Oh, yeah, fuck that guy, said drummer David Hudson. I mean, Skinner's fine and all, but that joke stopped being funny 30 years ago. Maybe it was ironically funny like 10 years ago, but now it's just annoying. For their part, animal care experts strongly advise against adopting pets at punk shows. I don't always give away birds, dogs, hamsters, or any other kind of pet at concerts, punk or otherwise. Honestly, I shouldn't have said that, said Nikki Cullen of a Quaker City animal shelter. Can you tell him to bring the bird here, please?
Please.
I like this one right here. Drunk guy cheers for no reason.
Oh, no.
Woo! Oh, that's all we need to see. That's been Hard Times articles, ladies and gentlemen. That's fucking awesome. That's been some good shit. Thank you.
Oh, God, there's a couple.
Warped Tour is over. Warped Tour 2020 or Riot. Electro, pop, funk, new metal, noise duo.
Greg is bad. I can cause death by not talking with people.
Oh, yeah, you can cause death for not talking with people. There you go. Okay. So that was Hard Times. So there was all that fun stuff. So, I want to talk about the new short that we did.
Oh,
yeah, the new short short. The short short that came out on Friday. It was called, was it Sweet Old House is what I ended up calling it. It's basically the meme on the house tour shit that YouTubers do and whatnot.
Greg, I gotta block you for reasons.
Greg, I gotta block you for reasons. Oh, man. But anyway, so, we put that short out. That was a lot of fun. That was your first time filming a short. How was the experience?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Just the camera thing was awkward because it's heavy. But
you did pretty damn good, I would say. May, you've watched it too. She did pretty damn good.
Yeah. You didn't drop it. That's all I know.
You didn't drop it. That's exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. May, how was the experience? I know it's super brief for you, but how was the experience?
Good, like any other short we've done. This one's a little bit easier because I just had to improv. I didn't have to say anything.
We didn't have a script for this one. Yeah, that whole short was all improvised.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an outline of what I wanted to do, but
yeah, there was no script this time.
There was no script this time around. I mean, future ones will also have scripts.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. What did you think of the final video, man?
That was good.
What was your favorite part?
Yeah, sorry, I'm tired. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Favorite part? Probably the music.
You like the music?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I came across that royalty-free music. It was really
I like the
good.
music you chose for it.
It worked perfect. The music adds to the comedy of the whole video.
Yeah.
I like the way that came out.
Especially when the music stops.
When the music stops for certain things.
That's a good part of it.
That's what it was a simple start and stop. Yeah, but yeah, it was really cool. I realized that. What was your favorite part of it?
Just the improv stuff, I guess.
I loved all of the different takes of that line that you said. We had there was one of the takes specifically I couldn't use because I started walking away and you were already starting to laugh, and I was like,
which one was it? Do you remember?
It was either the first one. I think
the first one was the All Might Sex Spot. The next one was the Godzilla Gundam.
Oh,
hybrid.
the Godzilla one. Yeah.
The Godzilla Gundam one caught you off guard. I was like,
yeah,
there's too much weed for one day. I can't do this. My favorite part of that short was the fact that we did the whole scene with you listening to the album Moan Rap. And I like when the music cuts out, and I'm like, what kind of a degenerate? And it's like, it does the quick cut, but that clip continues. What kind of degenerate person are you? And you had already started laughing. I'm like, fuck, I can't ever start laughing. So the way that it cut, I was like, what kind of a degenerate are you? And my other favorite part, just because of the stupid sound effect, is when I lift up the steak and I hit myself, and I added the punch sound effect to it.
You said it was a steak, no one would ever known, because you showed the
got some fucking steak!
Yeah,
hit myself
we would have never known it was a steak.
Legit, when I showered that night...
I could have been chicken for all we know.
Exactly. You saw
I legit hit myself on the back of the head with that, and there was actually steak blood on my fucking...
Ew.
Yeah, when I showered that night, it was pretty
nasty.
gross.
Ew.
It was pretty gross, but those are my favorites. I'm I'm very excited. I'm very excited for all of the new stuff coming out. In fact, yeah, this is I guess, Mira, you had this topic that you wanted to talk about before we wrap this up.
Sorry.
Proof that it was steak or riot. Well, we cooked the steak that night. So
Yeah.
that is
We
very
can't
true.
prove it anymore.
We ate it. It's in our tummies.
That's
well,
true.
it was in our tummies.
That's very true. And then we shit it all out the next day, probably.
The next day.
Or
probably.
two.
Or two, depending on how long it took the steak to digest
Digest.
in our system. So, I mean, first podcast, I want to talk shop about some Hardest Reset stuff and other things and stuff like that. I know we only have one more con at the end of this year, and that's going to be LA Comic-Con, but what do we got as far as upcoming cosplays we want to talk about, upcoming content we're excited for? We'll start, since Mira, this is your topic, we'll start with you. What are some cosplays you're excited for, content you're excited for, etc., etc.? Anything you're excited that you're working on right now?
As far as cosplays go, I'm hoping to put Deku together at some point.
If the wig gets here.
Which one?
Just any of them.
Oh, okay. I say all those kids have 50 billion outfits.
They do. It makes it easy for me because if you want to do a more casual outfit, there's probably a canonical. Casual outfit for each of them.
Actually.
Yeah. There's so many fucking outfits.
Some of them they have 2 different versions.
Yeah, they have 2 different versions.
So there you go. You got options.
Yeah.
You're not stuck with just one.
I eventually want to put a Doctor Strange together. I just don't know if I want to gender bend it or if I just want to stay with male Strange.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And then eventually more Morgana and bringing out Minato at some point.
That would be nice.
Whenever I get him.
I'm excited to help you get his Morgana's regular Phantom Thieves outfit together.
I also want to do Mishima at some point too.
Mishima would be cute. You'd be an adorable Mishima. You could be fanboys of May and I, because we'll be Ryuji and Protag. Ren, as you like
just
to call
follow you around with like a pole.
Yeah, right? Are the Phantom Thieves real? Yes or no? Mark with the sticker.
I'm just gonna have a giant like board of like, okay, Mark, which one you want?
I'd say people have like the sticker boards where you just like yes, no, and you can have them pull a sticker on if they believe
That's
or not.
true.
Yeah, you could do that at a
Oh my
con.
gosh.
That'd be really cool.
Yes.
That'd be really fun. What about content-wise? Any content you're excited for?
More short shorts.
More shorts. I'm excited for a lot of stuff. I'll do it last. All right, May. Upcoming cosplays, content you're excited for.
Content, I guess. Well, content-wise, I mean, I don't really know because I know we've restructured our entire thing, so I don't know what content we really dabble in nowadays. Like
Cool of everything.
Okay, so because I don't know if we still even do Let's Plays anymore.
We're going to cover games. We are going to cover games and do gameplay videos.
Okay,
we're not just doing.
It's not the central focus.
No,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I meant like playing games, but I didn't know if we still did those.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're like part of this channel, and I don't.
Yeah, we
even
still have the
know.
Elgato. We have the big microphone. Oh yeah, we absolutely.
Okay, then I guess doing Let's Plays. I don't know what we're gonna do Let's Play wise, but just more Let's Plays, I guess.
I'm excited to eventually do because I want to do a Red Dead 2 video.
I want to do Last of Us 2 at some point.
Whenever Last of Us 2 comes out, I figured I'll cover that, and then I know December. I want to do a dumb video of us playing Dancing in Starlight, Dancing in Moonlight. Since you're getting the game, which would be a lot of fun.
Is the My Hero Academia game coming out this year?
October, dude.
Well, if any of y'all want to buy it. You can. If you pre-order now, you get Endeavor.
Hey, everyone's favorite scumbag, Endeavor.
Let's get Flame Daddy.
I'm just gonna go to GameStop right now.
There's probably people who are fans of My Hero Academia that probably unironically call him Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, remember, Greg, I always say this every time I read fanfiction. For some reason, everyone likes to call All Might Daddy, and I'm like, no. If anything, you should be calling Aizawa that because he fits it more. All Might is just it's just awkward.
I love your analysis of who should be called Daddy.
Because Aizawa fits it more.
Daddy rankings.
Daddy rankings. You got Aizawa.
All Might's on the very bottom of the Daddy ranking.
Okay, Aizawa's on the very top. On Endeavor, maybe in the middle. I don't know. Upper middle or lower middle. I don't know. Regardless. That's just my thing I've noticed in fanfictions. For some reason, everybody likes to call All Might Daddy, and I'm like, why? Is it just because he's super buff when he's All Might?
It is when he's super buff.
Yeah, they're like, okay, real quick, one time, I was reading comments on something, on a picture, and someone said, oh, look at my sweet buff daddy, and I'm like, stop!
Delete this.
Don't.
I love the image of Mira that's just like, no thanks.
No thanks. So that
Keith?
He's just got this big smile. No thanks.
No thanks. Yeah, I just seen that and I'm like, no.
The politest no thanks I've ever heard.
Yes.
That's great.
It's got
But
a girl meet in the middle and they get all icky.
But yes,
Oh,
well, let's
man.
plays because since you mentioned we dabble in that.
Oh, yeah, we still dabble in that.
I didn't know for sure what we're doing content wise. That shows you how in tune I am with the channel. I don't even know what we're doing, guys.
I get it. I'm the guy that runs a bunch of the shit, but
because you have a man. You're the man with the plan. You know.
I'm a man with a plan.
I just kind of.
I don't know what kind of plan it is, but I am a man that has some sort of plan.
Yeah. So let's plays mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally game.
So, yeah, let's plays thing. I don't know. I like video games. So.
Let's plays are always fun. I'm also excited to get back to streaming games too.
Yeah, because I know that's your stick thing.
My shtick.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
You do the.
Hell yeah! I want to. If enough people get Fallout 76,
Excuse me.
Bless you. I talked about this on a stream ages ago, but there is a Fallout 76 related video that might take a little while to make. That I think would probably be
Muff
the
Slayer
best.
6969.
Hell yeah! I want that to be my name in the game, and I want.
What's that name that everyone goes around saying? It's the meme for it, like Push Destroyer 69 or something. Like someone made a meme like since you can name your character whatever.
Oh, I got it.
And we have Woken Robot.
And then Robot's like Fallout 76.
I don't remember,
yes.
but
I gotta remember that meme.
Yeah,
I don't. Robot will
you know
probably
what I'm
be able to
talking
tell us.
about.
I know. I don't remember the name, but there was like people were making jokes about it, specific names. Like you can name it anything.
yeah.
Puss Destroyer 69, 69.
Something like that.
Yeah, right. Mhm. Oh man. What about cosplay wise? What are you excited coming up cosplay wise?
I'm trying to do more female cosplays. Like I'm gonna probably finally do Sonico. I keep saying I was gonna do that. I'll do Sonico.
That's like me with Tsukiyama. I kept saying I was gonna do
Sonico because that's been on my mind for a while. Probably another Fate, probably from Fate Go. Finally, I'll probably do that. I always say I'm gonna do another Fate cosplay. I never do.
Who do you want to be from the Go?
Probably Paul Bunyan.
Oh yeah, right on a pig.
Yeah, it's Babe. Well, Babe's an ox, not a pig.
Okay, ox.
Remember Babe, the big blue ox. Although in this case, since Paul Bunyan's tall, she rides a little tiny blue ox named Babe.
And here comes Robot with the meme. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go
that.
Are you gonna have an axe with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna make an axe.
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the axe. I'm gonna have little Babe with me. I guess. I don't know, like, I think more My Hero Academia. Like, I finally did it for the Macron event. I don't know who.
Your skinny Might was fucking awesome. I love it.
I'm still taking it back that random Bakugo just came up to me and go, I like your all mine. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was so cool.
I didn't expect it. I was like, oh, it's a Bakugo.
That was really cool.
Did you commit to a Bakugo?
What?
Cosplay?
See, I keep saying I was gonna do Femme Bakugo, but I'm at the point now I'm wavering, so when I notice if I'm not sure now, I probably won't.
I think you should
Maybe I want to do Diva, like a casual Diva. Yeah, so right now, like, I know my main thing is focusing on is I just really want to do Sonico. I really want to be Paul Bunyan because she's cute.
Yeah.
And Diva, maybe female Bakugo. It really depends on my mood.
Well, hey, I'm gonna be Kirishima. So
yeah. Well, I know. I mean, Bakugo is still on that list.
Okay.
I just don't know when I'll do her because it's just a matter of okay, I feel like doing it. I just know for sure next year I definitely want to do Sonico and Diva and Paul Bunyan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah, it's just, I'm trying to do a bit more, like, don't get me wrong, I love Persona 5. I will love
You're trying to spread your wings.
I am, because, I love Ren to death. Like, I will love him till the day I die. I love cosplaying him. But I feel like this year was a lot of Persona 5, but now I feel like I want to branch out a bit more. You
needed to claim it back as your own.
Yeah,
anyway.
and I want to, like, be more creative. I want to... exercise myself more creatively. That's not even a word. You know what I mean, though. I want to be more creative when it comes to cosplays. I want to like try to do different characters, try different makeup techniques for them. Things like that. Just I want to expand. I don't want to be I don't want to be the person that's like, oh, this is a Persona 5 girl, which I don't mind being called that, but I want people.
Didn't you say there was someone who was like, oh, I didn't recognize you?
Yeah, I had a friend who I met on Instagram ages ago, and because I was Koge Tsunemaru at ALA, I came up to her, said hi in my white wig, and she goes, oh, May, I didn't recognize you because you weren't wearing a black wig.
Yeah.
Because I noticed a lot of characters I do nowadays, like Keith, Ren, they wear black wigs, and that was what I'm known for, is a lot of black wigs. So I want to like try different color wigs. That's why I did like Luca this year, you know.
And
I want to do more pink hair girls, because that's I've been wanting to do that.
Your pink hair girls.
Yes, I've been wanting to do that for years now. Like every time I say I want to be a pink haired girl, I never did it. So
Robot says do Devo.
Devo, yes, Devo.
What, whip it? Crack that whip. When a problem comes along, you must whip it.
Whip it good.
Whip it good.
Cosplay best boy.
Cosplay best boy?
Which one?
There's lots of best boys.
He's probably talking about Goro Catchy.
Goro Catchy.
That's the thing I realized. So Megan,
you're never gonna cosplay
Megan
Goro.
and Crystal asked me one time. They're like, "May, how come you don't cosplay Goro Catchy?" And I said, I don't know why. I still have yet to do that.
Yeah.
I've never done it still. I always go to Ren.
And there he is. Goro Catchy best
boy.
boy.
There he is.
One day, maybe next year, I'll finally buy the wig and I'll just get like a cheap school uniform for him. And I'll go, okay, I'm Goro.
I get you. So. My stuff I'm excited for, content-wise, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited to get with Brad for Homebrewers. Because we've been working on our D&D characters for quite a while, and he's asking like where all of our backstories are, which he said he straight up wrote one of the characters in my backstory into his story, which I'm like, oh shit, I'm kind of scared with the guy that he said he wrote into it. I'm like, oh boy, this could be bad. And then I'm excited for that because I've always wanted to play a campaign, and I know you and him had a conversation recently that he's just like, he wants to do more, and seeing, he wants to achieve something, do something.
Because he's 30 now, and he wants to do something.
Seeing how excited he's been to get all this D&D stuff together, and then so he's like, well, why don't we stream it? I'm like, well, duh, no shit. I know, it's one of those things where I'm really excited to do all that, and I'm really excited to just, because I'm excited because Brad's excited. Mira and I are excited. Suya has been like working on a bunch of shit as well, and it's gonna be it's gonna be really cool. And I'm excited to, put out like, maybe grab a couple more people. Maybe if we just start with the 3 and then pull in more people as the campaign goes on. That's what I'm thinking is probably gonna happen. We're just gonna have the 3 of us at the start and all that fun stuff. Then having you and Crystal help out with the voices of the NPCs and stuff like that, which will be cool. I'm really excited with how that's coming together. I'd say that's probably the, that this Homebrewers has been my 2018 version of working on Lost and Cold. Yeah. Just not nearly as intensive. Because remember, I canceled a lot of projects. Like, we were supposed to start shorts back up and stuff like that, like in 2016. Yeah. But because of the fact that, I started working on Lost and Cold, and I learned a lot in that recording process. I learned that I can commit to making a series. I also learned Lost and Cold is actually the series that made me go, I think we need to reboot the channel. Because, a fucking audio murder mystery coming from what's labeled a gaming channel was what really made me go, okay, yeah, this is different. Yeah. The murder of Christ Daughtry. Yes. It's the murder of John Daughtry, Robot. That's how it's actually spelled. And that's not actually how it's spelled. There's an O in there. I know we got fucking stupid with our spelling of the names. But no, I learned a lot from that. But like this Homebrewers thing, aside from announcing like the name and getting like the logistics of it together and like working on the character that I'm rolling and stuff like that, which I've been really I'm really excited for. I'm really excited not just because it's D&D and I'm a fucking horrid, disgusting nerd, but also at the same time I'm excited to bring in people like Kane and Chrissy, so bring them all into a project. I'm very excited and have us all collectively work on something and bring more people in as it goes on, which we'll be also doing at this table as well once we start getting that all done. I'm gonna get with Brad in a little while to kind of figure out when do we want to start doing this, because I want to know, because we're gonna be doing it here. It's like, when do we want to start doing it? And then, like, I know we're going to be live streaming it and then uploading it. But, yeah, it's going to be really fun. That's what I'm most excited for as far as content goes. I mean, there's other things, like, I'm excited to do more shorts. I'm excited to do videos, like, gaming videos that are more, like, Funhouse influenced. Yeah. Where it's, like, they don't have to rely on, like, doing a series of Let's Plays. Like, they can just do, like, one video in a game and like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But the video covers the content so well and is also really funny and more of a production.
I think if we go that, it might be a little bit easier for us because especially now, we're working 8 to 5 jobs or 9 to 5, however the time is. Full
I'm
time.
the 8 to 5 guy.
Okay, well, the normal thing is they say 9 to 5. Whatever.
The 9 to 5, yeah.
We're working normal jobs. We're not we're not content creators just yet.
Yeah.
Full time. So it's a little bit harder. So I think if we do the whole, what Funhouse does or any other channels I've seen do, you get a game and you showcase most of what it is. Then,
and a video.
Yeah,
like
one
15
video.
To 20-minute video, yeah.
Good, put the good parts
I know, based off, the YouTube algorithms and stuff like that, it's no, they encourage, your Markipliers and PewDiePies and Jacksepticeye's who they play a game front to back and release daily, twice a day, stuff like that. And just given the logistics now, we cut back and we're just doing one video a week because I know YouTube algorithm believes in quantity over quality. Mm-hmm. I believe in quality over quantity. I'd much rather have one video come out a week, but have that video be really fucking good than have 2 videos a week like what we were doing. And, our Tuesday videos were always good because I could work on it over the weekend. But then the Friday videos suck because I'm working, or back when we had school, I had school and I was working till midnight and I'm fuck, I'm tired. And all that other crazy shit, but yeah, I'm just excited in general. It's a good time to be working on content for us right now. I really feel like the name change and the moving out and stuff really kind of reinvigorated us. Mm-hmm. I remember you told me specifically. I mean, I know Mira would too, but she had to step away for a moment. For those of you watching the video, she's still here. She just said she had to step away for a moment. It was a big thing for me where. Yes, or for you had straight up said I think the name change is going to reinvigorate me because 2017 we had a lot of shit happen personally, which affected our content creations. I took a prolonged break from ever pushing myself creatively after purging out some of the bad people we were associated with last year, and it was draining because I'll straight up say this now, we still have the TSG videos up on the channel right now. I'm toying with the idea of removing some of those videos. And it's I know that's still a big conversation we're having, and I know that if we want to push the channel, if we remove certain videos, that's going to bring down the view count on the channel and stuff like that. And there will be something for example, I don't know if I want to keep the podcast, the old podcast on the channel. To catch you up to speed, we're talking about the reset of the channel and kind of what we dealt with leading up to changing the name and stuff like that. But it was one of those things where, it was just, there was a big kind of, after all the bad people we had to purge out of our lives last year, and all the shit that kind of went down in even deeper circles, it's I was creatively drained, and what I was talking about was I don't know if I want to keep some of those old videos up now. The podcast by the time we started uploading the podcast to YouTube, we were on episode 20. So a lot of those first 19 episodes are really, to be honest, over half of those original episodes are forever lost. Which the one that makes me sad the most was the thing that I did for my cousin Sam back in 2015 when he had his release party. And I recorded the audio from the event of him explaining the songs and then kind of playing little tidbits of the song and then at the end kind of promoting the record at the end. And I know at the end, promoting the record at the end, redundant sentence. I was that I think might still be on one of my SoundClouds. I don't know which one. Might be there. I had to find it. But some of those old podcasts are gone. They're just forever gone. I lost the original file and MediaFire. I had a MediaFire issue when I logged in about 6 months ago because when we were getting ready to reboot the channel, it was end of last year because I was thinking about what if we were to re-release before we were really thinking of the reset. I was thinking of uploading those first 20 episodes, or those first 19 episodes, and I went to MediaFire at the end of last year, and something happened with our MediaFire. We lost half of those episodes. They're just, the archives are gone, and I can't find them on the hard drive either. So I don't know what happened. But I don't know. Those podcasts, I may remove some. I may keep them all. I don't know. But there are some videos, specifically a few from last year, and then a lot of, like, the older, like 2013, 2014 videos, I think for the most part I want to get rid of. I don't know. And it's a conversation we're going to have. Like, we're going to have to sit down, look at all the old TSG content and be all, are there videos that we feel like we want to get rid of? Are there videos we feel like keeping? How do we want to keep it? Because with the reset of the channel, I mean, yeah, you don't want to lose that shit forever. I may consider removing them from Hardest Reset and having a TSG archive channel. You know, because I still have all the videos backed up, and I still have all the old podcasts backed up. The only thing that would suck for that is we're losing, 44,000 views if we were to remove everything.
You could also just privatize videos.
That is true. Privatizing technically wouldn't get rid of them per se. There are conversations we have to have, but this reset for me personally really kind of reinvigorated me. I'm really excited to make content again. I'm also excited for all those people we had to purge out. I'm excited to have our content start speaking for itself and have it be my fuck you to them. You know, it's like, I'm never going to name names because I'm not here to start drama. I'm not here to start bullshit. People who know me personally, they know the names of these people. You guys specifically know the names of these people because we all had to, you from a more removed sense, but you and I specifically, we had to deal with these people in person. And although you were there at AX this year with the confrontation I had with one of those people, which was very awkward, and I did not expect that from that person, but it's neither here nor there. I don't talk about that kind of stuff. It's just, by the end of last year, I was burnt out. I was done. I didn't want to think about it. But after this change, and then just moving in and having all three of us here and working on content now is literally like, we're going to fucking do this now. And I'm really excited to do it now. So that's just what I'm most excited for. That was a long answer for what I'm excited for content-wise. It's in my nature. What can I say? I'm Italian. I have a lot to say, even though I feel like I shouldn't say it. But as far as cosplay goes, Kirishima. Very excited for Kirishima. I originally was going to keep him secret, but I'm just going to say fuck it and just drop Bucky. Winter Soldier Bucky. I'm very excited to do that. At least
you wanted Infinity War Bucky.
I originally did, but my goal was eventually Avengers or Winter Soldier Bucky. That was like ultimate cosplay goals. I still want to do Avengers one, but especially because I'm shaving for the movie, I'm going to do Winter Soldier Bucky anyway. But I do eventually want to be Infinity War Bucky as well. Kirishima from My Hero Academia, Bucky from Avengers. One that is going to be one of probably the biggest project I ever worked on is Percy from Critical Role. That's going to fucking... It's not as bad as Molly's outfit from Campaign 2.
That means I eventually need
you gotta
to
be Vex. Yeah, you gotta put together Vex. You need a plush bear.
I do.
For your trinket. And if you ever do Fantasy Bakugo in some way, shape, or form, you need a plush red dragon.
That'd be cute.
Be a little Durgan. It's like, I got my Durgans!
I think I have a tiny one somewhere.
That would be That would be actually really adorable. I really like that.
I need to make like little armor for...
You need to make a little armor for the little plush bear, because in Critical Role, Vex has the bear trinket, who has like fucking badass armor and can like do rolls. And
a bear roll.
God fucking damn it, babe. I didn't want this. Alright, I'm not cosplaying Percy anymore.
Oh.
I'm kidding. But yeah, Percy from Critical Role is going to be the big project.
It won't be as bad as Vax, though.
Vax is going to murder me because that black
feathered
everything and the fucking black raven feathers that he has on his back for the outfit I want to do. That's okay. Fucking Aramente Keyleth, voice of the Tempest Keyleth is going to murder you as well.
Oh yeah.
But
we'll
yeah.
just die together.
We will. We will. Want to talk about couple cosplay? It's absolutely going to be Percy and Vex, and then Vax and Keyleth. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm actually really excited for that. And then that's. I'm excited for your eventual cosplaying a Joker.
Oh.
Yours.
I don't know when that's going to be. Eventually, I'm going to say.
I thought we talked about that for Impulse.
I have to... Okay, so with Joker, to explain, it's way too big on me. I have to alter that, immensely because I feel like I'm swimming in it.
I'm sorry, how is that swimming going on? Right.
Yeah, I'm swimming in it, so I have to really tailor it to even fit me. Right. That's the big problem I have with a cosplayer now.
Greg, zoom in on May as she's describing.
There's no editing on the podcast. It's live. If I do a highlighted version of this, I'll be able to do, work editing Greg into there if we do like a highlight or something.
But yeah, I just have to get it altered. That's the thing.
I get you. No, I totally get you. Mm-hmm. There's ways we can fix that for you though. So
I only have one cosplay confirmed right now for Impulse. Anyway, I haven't even just the one with Christy. So
that's right. That's gonna be cool. But
even though you don't like it,
I know. I mean, it's gonna be cool for you because I know how excited you've been.
Oh, guess what? She's another black-haired girl.
Yep, absolutely.
Didn't you two have a pair cosplay that you're excited?
Flurry! We're doing Flurry next year, yes!
Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, you said a pair.
I was thinking of couple cosplay and I'm sitting there like, but for you two, I guess
it's our ship.
It is a kind of a couple cosplay. Would it be a couple? Okay. Yeah, because
I mean, we're not the dating couple
but it's still a ship.
Our characters are the dating couple.
Totally.
They're the married couple.
Exactly, they're married, yeah.
Basically.
They are. They act married in the movie.
Yeah. basically it. So.
Yeah, but Flurry, I don't know when, but yes, Flurry.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, cool. Alrighty, so that should be about it. I do have one last thing I am going to talk about, and then we'll kind of plug our nonsense. A lot of deaths this year. We just found out, was it late last night that John McCain died?
Yeah, I found that out yesterday. Yeah, that was really saddening.
And then Neil Simon died today.
Who?
Broadway.
He was a famous Broadway dude.
I'll be honest, I'm a theater major. I don't even know who he is.
Rip,
I'm a bad theater major.
But the big one for me, being a scene kid and being an emo kid and being like a guy into hardcore and metalcore and stuff like that, fucking the clean vocalist from We Came as Rovens, Kevin Perrin. It was announced yesterday morning he died at the age of 28. We don't have a cause of death yet. People have speculations, but 28's too fucking young to die, dude. I mean, you're 28. But if you died, and it's like, wow, shit, dude. It's like, it would be like, if I died in 3 years. It's too young. And We Came as Romans, they were a band that I got really into their first record, To Plant a Seed. And they were one of the bands, along with like August Burns Red and The Devil Wears Prada, that got me into core music. They were the ones that kind of got me into that scene. And then I kind of fell off of listening to them for a little bit. I didn't listen to the records afterwards because I just fell in love with other bands. That's when bands like The Word Alive I fell in love with, and Asking Alexandria and stuff like that. It's when I fell in love with Bring Me the Horizon, stuff like that, when they were still kind of in that scene. Which, by the way, side note, I know we're talking about something serious, but side note, the new Bring Me the Horizon song, Mantra's really fucking good, and I'm so excited for the new album. It's coming in January of next year, and it's fucking awesome. I cannot wait. If that's a sign of how that record's going to be, it's probably going to be my record of 2019, most likely. But anyway, so the whole We Came as Roman situation, the dude was super young. Everyone in the scene is super shocked. Like, people were like one of the guys in one of the bands that toured with him a lot. He's like, dude, I was just talking to this guy like a couple weeks ago at a festival talking about Fortnite strats because they were both huge in the Fortnite. And he's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like I'm still processing the fact that that's the last time I'm ever gonna talk to you. And then I guess now other band members of We Came as Romans have been kind of posting their own little tributes and stuff. Their guitar player posted a picture of the two of them sitting on an empty stage, like playing guitars, and it was just a simple, I really miss you, man. And I'm like, wow. That's like, it's really setting in that it's legit, it's real. And I just wanted to say something because I'm a music guy. It's not hitting me on the level of Chester Bennington, but it's still hitting me really hard. Because, like I said, they were one of the bands that got me into core music, and got me into that whole scene. All the heavy screamo music that I have ever played for you is thanks to getting into bands like We Came as Romans. But the thing is that like I felt I didn't fall out of them because I didn't like them. I didn't keep up with them after To Plant a Seed until their last record, Cold Like War, came out. And I remember hearing the song and going, holy fuck, this is an awesome song. You know, I was like, it sounds like the band I remember, but it sounded different. And they had a lot of growth between, because they released 3 records between those two, so they had a very beefy catalog of music. But that was the song that got me back into them. And then seeing them live last November is what solidified it. I'm like, I'm back in with these guys. It's the same with The Word Alive. It's like, I love The Word Alive. I didn't really listen to the record Dark Matter too much. But then when I found out they were going to be on the Rage on the Stage, I was like, oh fuck, I need to listen to The Word Alive again. And catch up on like some of the songs from Dark Matter, because I didn't listen to it that much. And then like the singles that they had been releasing. I was like, what the fuck have I been missing? And it was the same with We Came as Romans. It was like, what the fuck have I been missing? These records are so good. You know, and it's just like, it got me back into it. It got me to remember how much I loved them. And I don't know. I'm going to wait for A Cause of Death. I'm sure I'm going to talk about it again in the next podcast in 2 weeks. Because I'm certain between then and now there'll be some sort of cause of death that's revealed. I'm hoping it was just some sort of accident, or maybe I don't know if he ever struggled with substance abuse. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because that's plenty of musicians who have struggled with substance abuse. Or even if it's something like he had an opioid overdose or something like that, which, you know, people like the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold died of an opioid overdose. People like Heath Ledger died from an opioid overdose, and it wasn't because they were addicted to drugs. They were, you know, being told to pop all these pills and it kills them. You know, it could be that situation. There is the speculation that it might have been suicide, and we don't know. You know, because people are looking at like his final postings on the internet and what he was kind of putting out there before he died, and there is this speculation about suicide with some of his final postings, and I'm just like, fuck, I hope that's not the case. You know, because like, unlike a bunch of these musicians who have talked about it, you know, yeah, the whole thing with Chester was emotional, but you look back at like what he's been open about, his struggles, you know, his addictions, why he's struggled so much, and he was very open that like, yeah, I'm mentally fucked up. You know, but with Kyle from Game as Romans, we don't know. We really don't know, and everyone's kind of like grasping at straws, trying to figure something out, like what the fuck happened. You know, I was like, I read that article and I'm like, this isn't real. And I was seeing the confirmation on Twitter. I'm all, this doesn't feel real. That's wild. So
that was me with Chester.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. None of that feels real. You know. And I remember with the whole Chester thing, you were sleeping, and I had to tell you that when I was on my lunch. I'm like, I want to hear it from you first. But then you know, fast forward to now with the whole Kyle from Game as Roman situation, that it's fucking me up because he's so young and we don't know what could have happened. So it's like, I don't know. I just wanted to say some words because I'm the music guy and I'm going to talk about shit like that. So I know, we're ending the podcast on a downer note, but I promise every podcast won't have a downer note at the end.
They'll have an upper note.
Yes, they'll have an upper note. May, do you have an upper note you want to leave this podcast on? Just any sort of words of wisdom?
A very high A.
So thank you guys so much for listening to the first episode of the HR Office. God damn it. I can't fucking do it. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us for the first episode of the HR Office. I don't know about you guys. I feel like this went way better than the first episode of the Snazzy Cast. Yay! I feel like this went well. I had a lot of fun doing it. I miss doing the podcast, and you can expect the podcast to live stream on Twitch every other Sunday, right here at twitch.tv/GregSnazzyGamer Twitch. Let me bring up the next podcast will be live streaming whenever my calendar shows up. Next podcast will be live streaming on Sunday, the 9th.
Oh, I don't know how to count. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't know how to count. It's okay.
So that was a 7.
No. Next podcast will be live streaming on Sunday, the 9th. I like having it at 6. It allows us to get our stuff done during the day and then just stream in the evening time and all that fun stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. You can, it's going to be live streamed every Sunday, and then we're uploading it the following Monday on youtube.com/artistreset. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to watch it live, just go to twitch.tv/GregSnazzyGamer Twitch, hit follow. That'll be, and then you'll get the notifications whenever that comes out. Leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. Let us know what you think of the new podcast, what you think of the new setup, all that fun stuff. I like doing this in person. I think it works way better than having to deal with Skype. Because Skype, you deal with delays, conversation can feel weird at times.
And does anyone ever use Skype anymore? It's all about Discord now.
I've never used Discord.
Everyone's off.
I tried using Discord for D&D, but
it didn't work.
Apparently, Discord's the thing now. Nobody really uses Skype anymore. That's what I hear.
Yeah, I'm not. I wanted to get on Discord. But
yeah.
The only reason I still have Skype right now is because that's what my mom is apparently going to try using.
Right.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm just like, yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much. If you want more content on here, go ahead and leave a comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know what you think. Let us know what topics you want us to cover in the future. Thank you guys so very much. If you want to follow us on any form of social media, you can follow May over here. Do you want them to follow the @Maygusto on Instagram?
And they can if they want to see cosplay.
If you want your Fago shit posting, I'm not even be able to pronounce your...
I'll write.
Go ahead and show. May, tell everybody where they can find you if they want to follow your daily shenanigans.
So if you want Instagram cosplay, it's May Gusto with 2 eyes.
And all the info is going to be down in the description of the video.
For Twitter, it's Yume Joshi with 2 eyes. And then Instagram, that's where all my Fago is. It's Yume Joshi with 1 eye. It's really weird. And then, so that's where you can find me.
That's where you can follow her daily shenanigans. Yes. All right, Mira, where can people follow your daily shenanigans?
I'm not really too active on Instagram right now. It's more just Facebook. So I don't really have anything to plug.
Well, just plug your fucking Instagram.
Her Instagram is Marito Cosplay. If you want to see
follow her
at
Marito Cosplay.
She'll have more by the time we go to another con.
Absolutely. Well, the other thing, too, is you can have... you post on your stories daily, so at least you got that going for you. They can follow you there. You also have Twitter at Albus... Was it Albus Uragaki?
I haven't been on Twitter in a while.
No, her Twitter is Marito Cosplay.
Her Twitter is also Marito Cosplay. That's right. You recently changed it. Follow her on Instagram and Twitter.
She talks phantoms.
Follow her on Instagram and Twitter at Mirito Cosplay. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Greg Snazzy Gamer and all of that fun stuff. We got the Facebook for the page, which is facebook.com/artistreset, which we had a massive fight. One of my podcast topics next week is I want to talk about the massive fight I had getting that fucking URL, because Facebook is fucking stupid when it comes to that shit. It was like she was the one helping me go back and forth with people at Facebook. It wasn't fun. It was not a lot of fun at all. But that's where you can follow us. If you want more content, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, whistle the whistle, whistle go woo, all that other fun stuff. I don't know however many fucking buttons you need to push for YouTube to get you to notice. It's like getting YouTube Senpai to notice you at this point. That's how it feels. So anyway, thank you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks for another episode 2 of the HR Office. Thank you for coming in. Hope you guys had an incredible time.
Now get the hell out. You're fired.